What's going on, guys? It's Jake, and today I'm doing another episode of Nook News. So, let's get right into it. So guys, today I'm going to talk about the possibility of a new Valkyrie, Achilles, and Spriggan. What all these bays I think are going to release in November and December. Now first off, we're going to talk about Valkyrie. Now we're going to bring up the picture for CZ1. Now this is kind of in the same set of pictures that was released with, like Fafnir when Fafnir's picture came out. And if we look at CZ1, it is a blue like silhouette. And in my opinion, just by its shape, it's definitely going to be an attack type, it looks like. But it also looks really similar to Valkyrie. And also, a user on the WBO posted a description of it, basically, or a translation, rather. And he says, a CZ1 pursuing for Cho-Z that can surpass Cho-Z. AKA, which means it's a bay that... It's a Cho-Z system that is better than everything else before it, basically. It's like a new standard, sort of. It aims for possessing Cho-Z awakening system. So CZ1, what I think is Valkyrie, possesses Cho-Z awakening system, which I think screams Valkyrie because all Valkyries so far have had some sort of second life, kinda, or some sort of awakening feature. With Valkyrie V2, it was when variable was worn down, the rubber would be super flat, and its attack would be insane. That was like an awakening. With God Valkyrie, it had reboot. And then it later had ultimate reboot. And with winning Valkyrie, it seems to be a not as much like awakening feature, really. But still, we have that precedent where Valkyries have had some sort of awakening or some sort of just change in battle, or even later on in its lifespan where it just be more aggressive. So that looks to be, I don't know, it just kind of matches together really well. But I mean, all it is a silhouette. So I really am not sure. But now, guys, we're going to move on to the new Spriggan, or what I think is going to be the new Spriggan. Left Burst hinted at this, and I didn't really believe it at first. I thought the December Bay CZ3 was going to be it, but CZ2... Here's why. But looking at CZ2, looking at its overall shape in comparison to Spriggan Requiem, it overall looks very similar. And its shape is very similar. Just so similar, in fact, that really, I don't really expect them to redo Spriggan that much, because Spriggan Requiem is already like the ultimate version. So besides maybe adding metal to it, kind of making it possibly even making it weaker than Spriggan Requiem, just making it have metal in there, overall that would kind of do it. And it's made at the same time, so I'm gonna guess that it said it's being developed at the same time as the possible new Valkyrie, so it could share them both. They could both have some sort of like awakening gimmick, possibly. But guys, just look at the picture. It looks so crazily similar to Spriggan Requiem. And at first, I thought that this was going to be a new Z Achilles. But I'm going to show you the reason why I think that the new Z Achilles is going to be December's Bay, and it looks crazy. This is like an out there thing. I'm not saying it is, but it most likely isn't actually. But there's this one similarity that I point to, and what I think could be it. Now, the description for CZ3 is, if this succeeds, it will be marvelous, but the path is treacherous, development is in progress, which doesn't really mean anything in my opinion. But let's just look at the picture. Judging by the picture, it looks really awesome. It's most likely going to be like a balance type, because of the fact that the picture they chose is, I mean, I could say the silhouette they chose is red, but that doesn't really matter. But just looking at the overall shape, it doesn't seem like it's going to be an attack type. Overall, it's probably going to be a balance type, but there's this one connection that I made. If you look at a certain piece of Z Achilles, you have sort of like a wing sort of a thing. And if you look at a certain piece of CZ3, it kind of shares that same shape, which I thought was really interesting. And it probably doesn't mean anything, but I kind of thought it was worth at least talking about. But it could really, guys. I think the Valkyrie is set in stone, but I think the new Spriggan and Z Achilles is kind of in the air. You can honestly swap them around. I mean, it makes sense for Spriggan to be a December release because, I mean, it was a December release last year. And it's Spriggan we're talking about. It's a major Beyblade. And Z Achilles getting a December release? Unless they do something crazy in the anime, I don't really see it. But guys, that's been a really quick episode of Nook News. Tell me what you guys thought. And tell me what you guys think. Could we be getting new Valkyrie, Spriggan, and Achilles? Well, we'll just have to see. I'll see you guys next time. Have fun. Bail away.